Good evening, channel. We are back. And by back, we kind of never left. We're still going. But I figured there is so much content here. Why don't we just keep vlogging? So check out what we're up to.
I am one with the concrete.
What were you calling yourself? A shed goblin?
I'm a shed goblin. I've just become one of them these days.
Precious. Yes. Okay, so we've got the WiseFab cross member. Rolled it up and done. We've prepped it. Sorry, prepped as in primed. Ben is now covering it in a final layer of black to make it look nice and neat. Now, please keep in mind that I know it's not perfect. Ben knows it's not perfect. But we have 3 days to get this car running and drifting and tuned and everything. So
yeah, time frame is perfect.
Yeah, the time frames are very, very short. And we are making miracles happen. So we are doing things to make sure it's going to work, that it's strong, that it's functional, and that it's going to get him by. So
but still look. The gearbox is mated.
Corey and I have been doing the gearbox and the clutch. It is an ORC, Ogura clutch. They are beautiful clutches. It's been fun actually. I've actually had to get out, sorry, I'll stop saying that. I got out the Google Translate because although I know a little bit of Japanese, I don't read too much Japanese, and I'm so rusty right now that I would not trust myself to be able to translate anything. So I got out the Google Translate so we could read the ORC, Ogura clutch manual, and find out all the torque specs, the correct as to manufacturer's standards. No, you're a mechanic. We are not a mechanic. We are. I am a drift kid. I call myself a drift kid because I'm not a pro drifter. I don't like the word calling myself a drifter because it sounds a bit, you know, die-hardy. And I can't say I'm a mechanic. I'm not a backyard tinkerer. I break it and I have to fix it.
You're an
person.
artiste.
An artiste.
Just whatever you touch, you might be artisting a car.
I'm a slideways artiste. That hasn't gone sideways in quite a while and gets withdrawals. Oh, it's just down there. I was wedging the engine frame while me and Corey were wiggling the gearbox on.
One thing to say, we've got WiseFab, but what that means is this much comes out, so you actually remove a lot of the original
cross member. Yeah, so we pretty much had to scallop half of the cross member and had a tiny little sliver left on it, and then we've welded in this nice wise frame bracing here to remount the rack onto. Yeah, go for it. You can brute. Consider it.
Customs, we're going to hold the other kit that we needed to get this part done to get the motor in, so we can keep going with other fabrications. We'll do intercoolers, exhaust, so on and so forth. We grabbed what we could WiseFab wise, but that meant we ended up with an S13 WiseFab kit with an R32 cross member, I believe is what it was originally.
Okay, so it was quite difficult.
So that's why you saw me struggling out here for so long, is because not only was it a WiseFab kit that I had to do on the fly at a quick pace, we also had to adapt it to work from the changed model. It's not impossible, hence why we're able to do it, but it definitely made it a more challenging goal to not end up in wrong angles or anything like that.
Just for a good laugh, the camera thinks you're an infant.
I am an infant. Camera just knows
it's got little flashes that come up that tell you like portrait mode, landscape, night mode, and then it goes infant. Must be the
Big
sheen.
child.
You're losing your hair, Benjamin. It thinks you're bald.
Oh, don't tell me that. My self-esteem.
We are so close to getting this motor into that bay very, very soon. Now, while Ben's doing the cross member behind us and Corey is looking for some gearbox bolts to get us by, I am prepping up the intercooler bracket that has been made for the previous setup. Thanks to Golby's. Big shout out. Thank you so much, Golby's. We have a very, very cool brand new intercooler over here in painted silver. Very pretty. Thankfully, the old mounts line up with the new intercooler, so I want to get that mounted in the next 15 or so, but I want to paint up the intercooler bracket and just make it look a bit better, because when this was originally done, it wasn't done to its best of abilities, so it's just got surface rust and all these tabs and stuff. They don't look the greatest, and the car has been sitting out in the weather for quite a long time, so a lot of this is overhauling the car as well. So it's not just a case of we've just been given this nice pretty base to start off with that's ready to go and, you know, everything's all nice and tight. This has been a massive challenge. This car, every nut and bolt on this car has been loose or has had something weird done to it. The coilovers were put in backwards. I don't need to bore you guys with that. Just know that this is a monster task, and we have to make sure that everything is right, everything is correct, everything is done up properly, everything has been checked over a million times, and that we don't have any issues. And to get all this done and get a car done for the LZ World Tour in 3-4 days, It's insane. It's right up our alley, of course. But
yeah, what do you know what we got in total to start with? It was 28 days or so?
Well, it depends. Are we counting before we even organised to get the thing towed here, and when we had to actually go get it towed?
Like the moment it showed up.
I'll probably burn my dead cat if I do that.
Your dead cat?
So the little fluffy thing on the mic.
Oh, copy, yep.
Sound silencer thing. It's a muffle, but it's also called a dead cat. Meow. Good morning. We are back after a all-nighter. Still going on this 180. Getting a ton done. The motor's in. Finished doing the intercooler lineup. Just doing piping for it. Ben's currently doing the intake for the turbo. Welding on the snout. Got the radiator in. The motor's in. Motor's sitting. It's factory mount, yeah? RB20 mounts?
Yeah, factory 20 mounts.
Alright, so we've done the factory RB20 mounts on the RB20 cross member with an SR WiseFab lock kit. It's been a little modified to work, so that's all in. However, we're using pre-existing mounts that came on this setup with the previous 20 motor, and when they've done it, they should have made proper mounts for it. But the mounts that we have sit too high. Ignore the intake. The intake at the moment, we are very well aware, is not going to clear. But at the same time, neither is the motor. Look at this.
We have a solution.
So the motor pretty much would hit the bonnet. The bonnet has been scalloped out previously and hacked up. All the ribbing is gone from it. And the bonnet, when it was on, had space. Had these guys on the back. So that explains why the bonnet was super spaced. But that creates a bit of a headache and a bit of trouble for us right now in terms of getting this all ready and nice and clean and street worthy. At this stage, what I think we're going to have to do is pack up the old bonnet that got damaged. Because it's a drift event for a CLZ World Tour, it doesn't have to be street legal. It just has to look nice and it has to be functional. Sam may be getting a bit more of a drift setup than what he was anticipating, but if we can get him down there, get him drifting, get him in, like, shredding tires, I think that's the most important thing for right now, even if that means that an intake sticks out the bonnet. So we are working on it at the moment. I have to do some running about for parts. Sam's currently out at the moment also running around for parts, and we'll be here soon. So we're just waiting for him to rock up and just getting his feedback on what he'd like to do about the bonnet situation. Meanwhile, Benjamin's fabbing up piping. We've still got intercooler piping to go. We have to make a full exhaust for this because the old setup was a twin turbo RB20 setup, and we were never given they'd done a 5-inch exhaust for this previously, which you can imagine is quite overkill for this. So we've got to get creative and keep the momentum rolling, essentially.
Keep the dream alive.
Yeah. But we're getting there. So much done, so much left to go, but it's doable. Wish us luck. Some parts running as well. When I get back, I'll mount up the thermos. We've got an upper bracket here for this, which is here. I honestly don't like this bracket. I don't think it'll work, but see, it's meant to be sitting somewhere in here. Might have to modify some things. Right, well, that's a bit of a basic update. Sorry, this is probably just skipped way ahead from what you guys are used to. Last night we done the clutch, we done the gearbox, all of that's on, and it's in. We're hooking up the fuel lines now, doing the all the piping, and then the last but not least, Sam's specialty is his wiring. So we've got to put in the power tune, digital dash. We've got to wire up the ECU and the injectors and the motor. Yeah, the coil packs. I think the coil packs we've got some connectors and stuff from PRP for the coil packs. I don't actually know how that setup works, so I'm keen to see how that all goes together, whether it's just plug and play on the pre-existing loom or whether we have to do some splicing and do some hacking up with some stuff. So yeah, but we're getting there. Woo, it's so hot today, so hot. Next door has a pool. We might go ask him if we can go run across and have a quick dip. It's looking so appetizing right now. On a side note, if anyone needs a 4.180SX cage, hit me up. There is a cage available, as well as CA seats, a couple of dashes, center console, dash cluster surround, We have some old air boxes and some heater boxes and stuff. What else? We have a front lock kit out of the 180, so it's got cut and shot knuckles, 25mm external LCAs, hard race tie rods, and hard race caster arms. Not sure if we're going to need the tie rods yet though, so they may get the tie rod ends pilfered or something like that, depending. We also have a twin turbo RB20 setup, custom, one of a kind that I know of to suit RB20, with dumps, manifolds, and turbos are in there. There. We're just waiting to get the manifolds back from the person that had the car previously. So if you are interested or want to do something fairly unique and run a twin turbo RB20, you can either DM myself or you can DM Sam and ask him for some more details on that one. Sam's back. We've just had a quick chat and we've decided we're going to do something pretty fun with the bonnet. We're going to use the old bonnet and we're going to run the pre-existing intake. It's going to look funky. It's going to look sick. I actually think it's going to look really cool. Hopefully try and get a really quick edit done, but I don't like my chances. But you know, classic YouTube life, got to balance the cars and the editing. It's always full on, but it's a lot of fun. So it's mid-afternoon currently. We've done the fuel lines, we've done the intercooler, we've done the bracket for the intercooler. It's all mounted up and very pretty now. We've got all the PRP pink bits on it, which are looking very nice. Nice silver painted intercooler. We've welded on the elbow onto the turbo, and Ben is currently beginning the epicness that is the piping.
Away we go.
Yeah. He's trying to keep it low so it doesn't obscure my drawings too much. We didn't actually clear coat this. We were going to, but again, time is of the essence, and I just told Sam if he wants it done again, or if it goes to crap, I'll just come over and redo it for him in Japan. So it's fine. Piping, thankfully we won't have to worry too much about piping or doing anything too difficult. But it's got some pretty decent fitment. We're using the pre-existing engine mounts though. I really wish they were either solid mounted or just lower, but it's not too bad. It's a future thing, future improvement that can be done for this setup and for this car. Interior is half ready. We got the bride sitting here. We have not put it in yet. The rails are just sitting on there. The reason we haven't put it in yet is because I have to get under the dash. We have to pull all this out and we have to put in the Power Tune digital dash. We're back at the shed after an exhausting afternoon running around. While I was out, I ended up running back home, grabbing a spare drop saw because this one ended up dying. So I went digging through the deep abyss that is the garage at home. It's smaller than this and probably 3 times the amount of car stuff, so it's like a labyrinth of parts. But yeah, anyway, I got the other drop saw, but while I was there, I have I have a collector car at home. It is a Millennium Jade Spirit Ray Miyabi 180SX with all the premium parts from Japan, all the like brand names, everything. It's a beautiful car. And I have never ever driven it. The motor's from Japan, I've never turned it on. It has been my unfinished project for about 7 or 8 years now. However, when I first got it, it came with a really cool exhaust. Now we're in the boat where we're down to 2 days to get this car running for Sam, and we have to make an exhaust and intercooler piping from scratch. So
and an intake manifold.
And an intake manifold, but what I figured was the Spirit Ray Miyabi 180 hasn't ran yet, and right now I think this certain pink 180 behind me is in a little more dire need of an exhaust than mine, so I have a surprise for Sam. Brought over some hose clamps and some not old, it's actually new, but I've had it for several years, but exhaust wrapping. I don't know if he's the kind of person that wants to use it on any of his cars, but the option is there. Exhaust, I have had it for so many years, and yeah, if it's gonna go on something, it better go on something cool, and I think that 180 is pretty damn cool.
The wood strip we got?
Oh yeah.
I would say day 3 and we have half a race car, but I don't know what the date is anymore, and who cares, we have a sick race car.
It's have a cool race car.
It is very getting there. Huh?
It's unique. It looks
Super
like
unique.
Max thing. Wish we could make it with no bonnet.
It's just so funny because everything's like amazing and then it's like, what is that?
I mean,
But it's actually sick. I just wish it cleared the hood. Like the hood's gonna be like here and then there's gonna be that. It's gonna be awesome.
it's classic Australian.
See the throttle spinning just outside of the bonnet.
What are you gonna nickname it, Sam? You've got a Bogan 32.
Oh, this car?
Yeah.
I
Did
used
you ever
to
have
call
a
it
name?
Kurohime because it used to be like black,
Black Princess.
but now it's pink. Yeah. I don't know.
Can you call it the Pink Mistress? No, I'm kidding.
Pink bits on the pink mixture. I don't know what to do. Hey, it's just like this weird mix too. And why is it that I can't get away with orange on my pink cars? You notice that? The FD car, my like most expensive money pit of a car. It's probably like over $500,000 has been spent on that thing now, just over the time that I've owned it. And it's got a freaking orange Cajun interior, and it's. At least this looks good though with the black and the drawing though. Once we get the rest of that done, it'll look awesome. But
Yeah.
that'll be a after comp kind of thing. Looks good. I'm excited. This kind of looks cool too. And if you do some drawing here, it'll like look cool with the fading.
Yeah, do you want like a little 4-panel, little manga panel thing here?
Yeah, that'd be sick actually.
I was thinking that. Like, Corey was talking about it earlier. He was on the right track, but I think he was wrong spot, so I don't think we should put it up there.
Look better here.
Little 4-panel of, I don't know, yeah, like a little manga. Pretty much kind of like that, but of something.
All of us running around like crazy trying to.
Do like a little manga thing of like, you know, TJ, Adam, and Grant and Jimmy all complaining my car's too fast at every circuit.
Oh. Okay, so just draw a cloud of smoke over here and then 3 really unhappy shibis.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam.
Nah, it'll be fine. Oh man. Anyways, I think we're all tired, so I think it's time that we all kind of got some shut eye.
Pretty
Especially
Yeah.
you guys. I'm tired, but I can't imagine how tired you guys are.
Let's grind because I feel better with now with how close we are than if we didn't do the grind.
Oh, for sure. We just got to do some wiring stuff, run a few lines, and we're done. Like, we already fixed and got all the injectors wired in and stuff. We know what we're doing. We've got to get the VCT wired in. Trigger's got to get wired in, and we're good.
Yeah, we're down to it's a lot of nitty gritty.
Oh, and a boost solenoid. That's easy. I mean, I just got to run a line out of one of these holes here too.
And a fuel pump.
And do it. And a cheeky dump.
Yeah, that's the easy part.
Good news being though, the exhaust fits really nice, tucks up nice and high, so it shouldn't be too much of a drama just to get a nice quick, not a quick dump, but you know, get a nice dump going to it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Guys,
Way to go.
it's everybody's bedtime.
All right.
You guys want to sign off for me? Say goodbye, Ben. Say goodbye, Corey.
Later, guys.
Sam, would you like to sign off for me? You gotta do it again.
Do what
You
again?
showed me how to sign off.
Oh, you want me to sign off?
Yeah.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't be a bitch.
Bye.